back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start from the higher time frames, work our way down to the lower time frames, and check to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. Alright guys, we're starting off with the weekly chart here. Today is Saturday, it's about 3:40 p.m. Eastern time, and the price of Bitcoin is currently at 102,400. Tomorrow, this is going to be an important weekly candle close to see how this red candle closes. So far it's red. Maybe we could turn around and go back up by tomorrow, but right now it's not looking good. There's a lot of wickage up here, which means we cannot get above this support right here. We really can't get above 10,500. Been going through the range of 103, 110, and now we've broken 103, and I feel like now we're going to be testing that 100k support. Currently the stochastics are high. I'm hoping that we could get some type of bump back up. If not, we see more downside. We are far away from the 21-day moving average, which is at 94,613. I currently had this in a flag because it was going kind of sideways, but as you can see, we're falling out of the flag right now. I'm not going to adjust the pattern until tomorrow, because sometimes we see a red today and then all of a sudden tomorrow we end up with a green candle. So let's see what ends up happening, but if not, I see like we're falling diagonally down and probably trying to touch that 21-day moving average on the weekly. Now, if we check out the other stochastics, like on the 5-day, we see that the stochastics are high. They're on the way down. Another red candle looks like we want to come down. This looks like a double top as well. If we go to the 3-day chart, we're low on the stochastics, but look, we're dipping down even further behind these dotted lines, and we might be here a while before we turn back up. We're also losing the 21-day moving average here. This candle closes in about 2 days and 5 hours. The 2-day chart, we're well below the 21-day moving average. It looks like we're headed for this 100-day moving average, which is at 95k. The stochastics are low. As you can see, we were low here, we drooped over. Now we're probably going to drag here a little bit as well. On the daily chart, stochastics are starting to reset a little bit, but again, it was going to take a couple of days before we round out here and start coming back up. And even when that happens, there's no guarantee that we'll fully go back up. We could also continue dragging here for a while. Now it's getting bad because not only did we lose the 21-day moving average, now we really officially lost the 50-day moving average. And as you can see, I've been telling you guys the next stop is this 80-day moving average at 98,202 now. And if you see here the VRVP, we're here at the point of control. If we lose this, there's a gap here. There's not really much until we fall straight down over here to about 97, 98. So it looks like that's the next stop unless we could reverse this. Again, we have about 4 hours before this candle closes. Let's see what ends up happening, but so far it's looking like a bearish day. In the 22-hour chart, we're low on the stochastics, but we are below the 21 moving average, below the 80, below the 100. Next stop is this 200. Everything's signaling to me that we want to go into the 90s, at least 98k, if not 95. On the 8-hour chart, stochastics are low. This is what I'm saying, like they were low here, we came up a little bit, but we dropped down again, and that's it. We're getting close to this 200 moving average at 101,286. Last line of defense, if we lose this, then the next line of defense is the 10-hour, still is at 101. The 12-hour is at 95. So we can't hold 100k. We're definitely going to the 90s. That's what it looks like. Now on the 4-hour chart, we're below all the averages again. This is why I'm bearish. Unless we could get above the 21, and especially this 200 moving average at 106,424, there's just going to end up being more downside. I have here a head and shoulder pattern, and this head and shoulder pattern, I believe, takes us to about 98k, I think it was, or 97k. And within this head and shoulder pattern, there's another one that I drew here like in a light blue, and this one brings us all the way down to about 100k. And as you can see, we already broke the neckline. We have this red one that looks like once we lose this yellow line here, the support, it looks like we're going to end up coming down as well. So that looks to me like the next thing that's going to happen. You can see here the stochastics are low. We were on the way up, but it looks like we want to turn over. So I really feel like we will be hitting this head and shoulder pattern, at least this blue one here, to about 100k. On the 1-hour chart, stochastics are low, but again, we have not been able to maintain strength above the 21 moving average here either. This yellow line here is a pattern that I have that is kind of like a flag, and as you can see, we're still within it. but we're starting to break it here. So that's what we're seeing there. And if we do break it, this is where we end up going below with this head and shoulder pattern. So honestly, right now I'm just seeing more downside. It looks like we're going to be playing around this range now between maybe 100k, 103k possibly. If we lose 100k, then I definitely see more downside into the 90s. Summer is also coming. We still have the war news looming. So we'll have to get some very good news in the upcoming days or weeks to get back up there. But usually in the summer, things slow down a little bit and things stay a little bit stagnant. They go a little bit lower. So if we don't get any good news, I see us just having a dull summer, probably some lower prices, and we would have to wait probably until September, October. That's when they say that they might cut rates, and that might give us a little pump back up. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe, and if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.